When we say colonialism, the British Empire comes to mind. There is a saying that the sun doesn't set on the British since they've colonized lands from the east to the west. But today, the British Empire is almost non-existent. Only the British Isles and some territories belong to the once great colonial power. But in 21st century, there is a new kind of colonialism, one that involves no armed power, but rather economic control. Today at Finance Spur, we'll talk about China's modern colonialism. But if you like more videos about finance stories, new technology, and business tips and ideas, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click that notify bell for new and upcoming videos. Let us first ask, what is colonialism and why is it bad? According to Stanford University, colonialism is a practice of domination, which involves the subjugation of one people to another. One great example, as mentioned before, is the British Empire. At its peak, it had 458 million people, spanning all across the world from China to northern Arctic Canada. It also has around 35.5 million square kilometers of land area, or about the size of mainland Asia, including Russia. The British Empire started to crumble by the end of World War II, as colonies are claiming independence from the British Empire. But the damage the British Empire has done to its colonies has been done, and one of the most exploited and affected areas was Africa. Many activists and experts claimed that the European countries were the cause of the underdevelopment of Africa. Now, where does China fit in the picture? Enter neo-colonialism or new colonialism. Now, what is neo-colonialism? Neo-colonialism refers to the indirect and subtle forms of control exerted by former colonial powers or other dominant nations over less developed countries, often through economic, political, and cultural means. It creates a dynamic of dependency, where the neo-colonial power benefits from exploiting the resources and labor of the subordinate nation while maintaining a false sense of sovereignty. China is involved due to its neo-colonial motives. One good example is its Belt and Road Initiative, or One Belt, One Road. It is a global development strategy created by the People's Republic of China to invest in more than 150 countries and organizations. Its objective is completely innocent. It is to construct a unified large market and make full use of both international and domestic markets through cultural exchange and integration to enhance mutual understanding and trust of member nations, resulting in an innovative pattern of capital inflows, talent pools, and technology databases. To simplify, this Belt and Road Initiative aims to create a unified market by integrating international and domestic markets, or by combining the two, promoting cultural exchanges between member nations, and fostering mutual understanding among member nations. Now, this will lead to increased capital flows, talent acquisition and recruitment, and technological advancements, creating an innovative economic model. The Belt and Road Initiative aims to access and accelerate growth across the Asia-Pacific area, Central and Eastern European area, and mostly African nations, mostly third world countries or underdeveloped nations. Now, what do you think of this Belt and Road Initiative? I want to know your thoughts on the comments below. But if you like this video, leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more content about finance, technology, and business. Due to the Belt and Road Initiative, the People's Republic of China was accused of colonizing African, Asian, Eastern European, and Latin American countries. China is also Africa's largest trading partner in 2009. Almost all of Africa is a member of the Belt and Road Initiative, and an estimated 750,000 Chinese nationals are working or living for extended periods in Africa. Africa has also fueled China's economic rise during the 80s and 90s, providing resources such as petroleum and minerals. And the trade between the two nations continues to grow. Trade had increased from $50 billion in 2006 to an astounding $500 billion by 2016. Zambia was one of the places that was a part of the Belt and Road Initiative. One of the issues that Zambia faced was the alleged exploitation of the country. Former President and opposition leader Michael Sata accused China of making Zambia a dumping ground for their human beings. And there is truly a wave of Chinese entrepreneurs, diplomats, and technicians flooding the country. The population of these communities has grown to over 30,000 by year 2000. Aside from that, Zambian miners have protested over poor pay and dangerous working conditions that led to dozens of deaths at the Chinese-invested Chambishi copper mine. Another issue that China was accused of is due to its debt trap diplomacy. To summarize, poor countries would borrow an astounding amount of money from China, and then China will then raise the interest on these debts, making that country unable to pay that debt. So how does the country pay China? By either giving them rights to their airports and seaports or by natural resources. One good example is Uganda's airport. A parliamentary probe last 2021 concluded that China had imposed conditions on the loans to Uganda if they are unable to pay the debt. In this case, China may seize the only international airport in the country. This also happened in Myanmar. In this case, unfair sharing of the seaport that is funded by China. A vice chairman of the Myanmar government organization that oversees the project stated that locals from Rakhine and communities across Myanmar think that the previous 85-15% agreement is unfair to Myanmar. People disagree with the plan and the government is now trying to make a better deal. Aside from debt traps and flooding a country with Chinese people, China is also known to violate other countries' territory. China has claimed hundreds of islands and atolls in the South China Sea. Creating a 9-dash line, China has claimed that they own the area due to historical rights. However, the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea ruled that China has no rights to claim the said territory. But China still occupies these atolls and islands and even threatens the sovereignty of the nations surrounding the South China Sea. Issues of ramming, harassing, and even waterboarding small boats and ships by the Chinese Coast Guard and Navy have risen. Even the freedom of navigation of various nations has been threatened by China. The effects of China's neocolonialism have slowly been shown in the world. Many nations have condemned the act and called for change. For now, we can only see the short-term effects of neocolonialism, and we will soon know if China will surpass the British Empire in colonizing the world. But if you are interested in more about the new Apple Vision Pro or Facebook's rise and fall, subscribe to our channel and click that notify bell for more videos. This is Finance Spur. Have a wonderful day.